James T. James T. What's up, y'all? Here to talk about Daredevil episode 3. Giving you my thoughts. I didn't think it was good at all. I thought that the first 20 minutes of it was okay. Well, really, to be honest, it was boring, right? But it left something for me to say, man, let me go and check it out. Let me do something, man. Let me make sure it's cool. Let me make sure that I'm giving it a fair chance. And I really couldn't give it a fair chance. I wanted to give it much more, but I couldn't. Um, hmm. Yeah, I didn't. I don't like what's going on so far in the series, man. I think that you know it's not giving what it did before. It had too much of a precursor from what we knew from Netflix. The Disney version of Daredevil is whack. It was whack when we saw it in She-Hulk. It was kind of cool when we saw it in Spider-Man, but the Disney Daredevil just ain't daring and it ain't deviling, which I guess is a good thing, if you're Christian, whatever, or believe in that sort of stuff. But it's just not giving what we wanted to give. And, we got to have more cowbell, basically. We're not getting the kind of cowbell we need. Pause. But we're not getting the kind of cowbell that we need. Thought I'd dress up like James Bond since I'm your favorite hero. You got to create your own characters, right? I'm T-Bond, right? Or Uncle T-Bond. But it's T. Shaken, not stirred. I don't think we're going to get out of this what we're supposed to get. The rumors are this is a good series, and maybe it'll hold up over time. Like I mentioned, I think they needed to release this all at once. That's the binge model we all know to be true. And I think that was worked for Daredevil season 1 and 2. I don't think the weekly model is going to work because Disney Plus is just not interested enough with their own material. They don't pump out enough material in order for you to engage in it. And the platform they have to present it in is very cumbersome. So it doesn't get you to just specifically focus on the Disney content. It's got you all over the place with Hulu, National Geographic, all these different verticals, man. And I think it's showing up in the writing. It's showing up in how it's presented. It's not marketed well. Disney's marketing team is not doing a very good job of us understanding. This episode that we just watched, it's a nothing burger, as my boy Derek would say, man. It's a very much a nothing burger. You did get resolution from what happened in a week episode 1 and 2, but all for naught. It's just going to be these cliffhangers that we're going to get, and it's not enough. It's not like network TV where, hey, network, somebody's going to talk about it, and they're going to be around the locker. They're going to be around the water cooler the next day to discuss it. We don't have those kind of conversations because the writing isn't good. The writing just isn't good enough to make you say, hey, man, did you see that? Oh, man, you missed out on that, or you missed out on this. It's not. They don't have the luxury of that. It's just like trying to wait for the news until 6 o'clock at night. When I grew up, oh, man, you're going to get the news at 6. No, news is coming every 15 seconds. There's new news. And I think with this Daredevil show, I think so far episode 3 is the one I like out of all the 3. I'm hopeful for episode 4, 5, and maybe 6. But the buildup is a slow burn. I agree with that. I wish that we got more of the ground and pound grounded version of him doing things that made him unique. This version is much more brighter. I guess they're trying to get away from that whole DC dark look, but it just doesn't make sense. Like there's cursing in this, but it's on Disney. It just doesn't feel right because this isn't their format. This is not what they do best, and that's why they're struggling with it. This is a good character, but I think they should have done they should just did a movie. Why do a series, man? You should have just did like 2-hour movies and only released them on Disney Plus. It would have been a much better thing for me, and it would have got people involved in sort of a mini-series type of approach. But Disney's being arrogant because they've got cash money to play with, man. But the problem is that cash funds are very much leaving. I think what they did to Foggy in the first episode, the first 10 minutes of the show that was just a cheap shot, man. You got good Karen. You Disneyfied it. That is the problem with Marvel right now. You are Disneying Marvel. And those are two separate things, and they should always be separate. But the way you're doing it, you're cheap. And you can't market this well because people are like, oh man, this is not what I knew before. You're not. This Disney version of Daredevil is standing on the shoulders of the Netflix version of Daredevil. And unfortunately, it has a legacy. It has a legacy prior to its existence. And it's not holding up to that legacy so far. I told you we got Ozempic, Kingpin. We got a Rogaine with minoxidil, Daredevil, Charlie Cox. Can we get him a better last name than Cox? Charlie Pause for now. Charlie Pause. We got to do better than that, man. He does. I'm not saying his last name no more. That is a pause. Charlie Pause. Anyway, I thought the episode was mid, but it's the best one I liked out of all the three. Very mid. So far, I wouldn't recommend this show to be watched by anybody. I'd rather you binge it. It's just not. It's not that good. And if I'm really being honest, when you binge it, I'd probably give you like the Daredevil for Dummies version of this, man, because it's a slow burn and it's not interesting like we'd like it to be. But Uncle T is being. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not Uncle T for this episode. James T. Right. This is how you make a Bond character. I'd be the Black Bond, but I wouldn't call myself Bond. I'm T, right? I go on missions. I do all kinds of things. I got my cufflinks ready. I've got my tie. I'm ready to go Casino Royale or something. Pause this. Pause. I'm ready to do that. Let me know what you think about your thoughts about episode 3 of Daredevil Born Again. It's kind of mid. Should be better, man. The ending is crazy. The ending of the episode is crazy. Unnecessary, man. I told you, man, he's running. He's like, thunder, 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 cats. Thunder, 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 cats. Like and subscribe, share. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Hey, share this with somebody, man. They're missing out on the best thing. I'm telling you, I look good in real life.